What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. In this video right here, we're going to be talking about if you have Pluto in the 8th house. And I'll pause for the cause. If you don't know how to find your Pluto placement, if you're a new subscriber, if you're just starting off your journey of self-love, self-knowledge, self-understanding, if you don't realize why it's so important that you have to look at yourself through astrology, study yourself through astrology, and overall love yourself through astrology and numerology, don't worry, I got you. There's a couple of videos. I put the link in the description. You have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about right now. So if you look at your birth chart or your natal chart, it's the same thing. And you realize you have Pluto in the 8th house, this videos for you. So without further ado, let's get it poppin', shall we? Now you already know before I start, I'm going to give y'all a list of some celebrities so y'all can visually see what Pluto in the 8th house people look like and act like in reality. So to start, we got Kendall Jenner, Oprah Winfrey, Bruce Lee, Khloe Kardashian, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, Alicia Keys, Aaliyah, Selena, Nipsey Hussle, and Sylvester Stallone. Alright, so boom, Pluto in the 8th house. First of all, what does Pluto mean? What does Pluto represent in our birth chart? So obviously Pluto rules the 8th house. So anything 8th house energy, anything Scorpionic energy is Pluto, which means that wherever in our life, whatever house it's in our chart, shows us where we crave the most power, shows us where most likely we got our power taken away, where we crave to have the most control in that area in life. Pluto kind of shows you where you want to get more power by putting you through a transformation process, which is bringing chaos, bringing turmoil, shaking you up to make you look underneath the surface, make you think deep, to make you actually think about the past, but making you go deep beneath the surface to understand why this is happening to you. And once you understand why it's happening to you, you transform yourself and you get that power back and you get complete control and power over whatever house it's in. We're in our 8th house energy rules Scorpio, so it's intimacy, sex, death, rebirth. The last video was the 7th house, which is relationships. This is like a couple notches more serious, which is intimacy. Relationships, marriage is 7th house, and then 8th house is like the next step, which is intimacy, the secrets between y'all two, the shared finances. So 8th house is deep intimacy, deep closeness, death, rebirth, darkness, mysteriousness. Anything Scorpionic is 8th house energy. So what does it mean when you have Pluto, the planet that rules 8th house, in the 8th house of Scorpio? Now 8th house, now Pluto is going to feel comfortable here. I said Pluto feels comfortable here, not the person having Pluto feels comfortable here, because Pluto does not make anything comfortable. It makes you chaotic, makes you go through turmoil and trauma. So especially if you are a Pluto and Scorpio person and you have this placement, take everything I say in this video times like 100,000, because this makes it even extra intense if you're a Pluto and Scorpio generation like myself. So boom, Pluto in the 8th house. What does that mean? Most likely, y'all always experience going through, y'all kind of live y'all life going through turmoil and darkness. You could have this placement and you can self-destruct yourself, because Pluto is an extremely powerful planet. It's known as a malefic. You could self-destruct yourself, which is being stuck in the darkness, being stuck in the turmoil, being stuck in being that victim mentality, or being stuck in manipulating people, trying to use this energy for negative, trying to get over on people. You could be stuck in this energy if you don't know how to control it or use it to your advantage. Or you can use this energy to transform yourself and to most importantly transform others. Y'all are like the perfect example of going through something extremely hard, extremely soul-crushing, extremely difficult, getting back up, reinventing yourself, transforming yourself, and being the example of showing people like, look, I've been through your pain before. I know what it's like to go through this, but this is what it looks like to actually overcome it, to transform yourself, and I could actually help and heal others in the process. So you could actually use this energy to your benefit for the positive of helping transform people and others and influencing people to do better, or you can actually live in the darkness, live in the negative part of this energy. So to start, like I said, y'all most likely go through in this lifetime a lot of questionable experiences that actually forces you to actually sit back and think deep about things. Y'all do not like things on the surface. Anything scorpionic is not on the surface. So y'all are very obsessive and obsessively interested in things that are below the surface, which is studying humans, what makes them tick, like psychology, studying what makes a person act the way they do. Y'all really like y'all really love digging deep into the meanings of things. So a lot of times these people are interested in occult knowledge, spirituality, astrology, esoteric things that are taboo, things that are beneath the surface and dark. But understand that with this placement, y'all live y'all life constantly going through transformation process, constantly going through death and rebirth. Unfortunately, you could have been susceptible to be experiencing death at a young age, experiencing trauma when it comes to eighth house energy, intimacy. So sexual trauma at a young age could have been susceptible to being manipulated or controlled at a young age. So all these things showed you that you can't really show your true self to everybody. You got to be like secluded. You got to be secretive, mysterious. So these people are extremely secretive and mysterious. And it's not they're secretive because they're hiding something from you or they're being manipulative, but most likely they're secretive because they're trying to protect their inner self. They're trying to protect their energy because they've been through a lot of experiences, like I said, that have shown them that whenever you want to be vulnerable, whenever you're actually, being your true authentic self in the open, something happens that makes them go back into their seclusion, go back into the mystery, go back into their secretiveness because they want to protect their energy. So with this placement, understand that you are going to go through a lot of dark, chaotic moments. The key to this placement is, though, if you use it to your benefit, is that you got to transform yourself and to become new again. The benefit of being secretive and mysterious and all that is that you can go through all these things in a low-key manner. Think about what's going on. You can actually take the time to actually study yourself and really think about what's going on in a low-key manner that nobody knows like what's going on. Nobody's in your business. You can go through all these transformative processes in a low-key manner, and then when you reinvent yourself and resurrect yourself, you come back up out of nowhere, a brand new person. People will be looking at you like, damn, like I knew you a couple years ago, but right now you're totally different. I knew you when you were like this, but now you're totally different person. Y'all can go through a lot of death and rebirth kind of energy coming into this lifetime, growing up, progressing yourself, going through experiences. And if you're actually using this energy to your benefit, and I'm going to explain to y'all how you can actually use Scorpio energy and the 8th house energy to your benefit. If you actually use this to your benefit, you can change your life drastically. And in the process of changing your life, it's gonna turmoil. I said it's gonna turmoil. It's going to transition and change other people's lives around you. So I'll start off by saying intimacy issues can happen if you were the type that dealt with intimacy trauma when you were younger. But these people, when it comes to intimacy and closeness and sex, y'all don't look at sex like a physical act. Either it's a soul merging experience or a soul snatching experience, and you obviously being the one to snatch the souls. Y'all the type that really love deep, intense, passionate sex, deep, intense, passionate intimacy. You could have a very high sex drive with this energy, but don't mistaken those people to have this placement that, they want to have sex with everybody. They actually want to have sex with people that they have a soul connection with. And when they get that connection, they get deep and intense and passionate and soul snatching type thing. To understand that even though y'all could have a really strong, powerful sex drive, strong, powerful control when it comes to sex, if you're using this in a negative, y'all could take this energy and be like, yeah, I know I'm powerful. I know I'm controlling when it comes to, I know what I have, what I can offer when it comes to sex, so I can use this energy to manipulate that person, as in like, do this for me or else I won't have sex with you, do this for me or else I won't do this for you. Y'all could be the type to manipulate low-key with your sexual power to somebody else, to your partner, to that partnership. Those power struggles will come in. Y'all can use that energy to manipulate that person if you're using it in a negative way. Or if you're using it in a positive way, y'all could truly transform people and yourself, transform your partner and yourself through sex. Y'all could really heal through sex. Sex is not just, like I said, a physical act. It gets really deep, intense, and passionate and transformative if you actually are consciously aware of your energy, your power, and knowing how to use it and what you're doing it for, what you're trying to manifest in this lifetime. Y'all could use the sexual energy, the intimacy energy, the merging, the soul merging energy, the soul snatching energy to actually gain your transformation powers, help heal that person, heal yourself, stop that fear tactics of you being afraid of intimacy but craving it so much. Like similar to the Pluto in the 7th house people, where they crave relationships, they crave partnerships, but they're afraid of being too close to that person. Y'all truly crave intimacy on a deep level, but y'all could be afraid of, losing yourself or losing that power or losing that control in a way. So keep in mind that if you're the type to be really into sex like that, you can have a really obsession and really high libido, high sex drive, and be really controlling and powerful in that area to the point of manipulation. Or you could be the type that could be really against, like not really, I'm not saying y'all don't like sex, but y'all could be the type that really is afraid of being intimate with someone, even though y'all crave it on a deep level. So all in all is understanding your past, understanding your history, understanding your experiences, and knowing that everything happens for a reason. Y'all go through things for a reason, to transform yourself and to get through it, to show people, to be an example of this is what it looks like when you transform yourself. Y'all be perfect people to understand the pain that people go through because y'all been through that pain yourself. So you could be the counselors, helping people transform themselves, train them to actually help them go through their darkness. It's like throughout this whole reality, throughout this whole life, y'all go through constant occasions of battling your demons, understanding the darkest side of yourself, understanding the shadow side of yourself. Y'all could be really into like mysteries and gore movies and taboo things and darkness and things that people are afraid of, but y'all really dig into the darkness and uncovering energy of things. Y'all could be really fascinated with death and rebirth, so y'all really into that, into the darkness of the world, because that's the realness, that's the truth of the world. In relationships, y'all could be typed to kind of low-key like to start arguments or like to have fights, because you can see your person, the true energy of that person. When you're fighting, when you're arguing, it's like you can see the real passion, the real raw energy. They're not hiding anything. When you can kind of get them to the point of expressing their passion and being angry and doing that chaotic kind of energy. So keep in mind that y'all could be so used to the chaos, so used to things dying or rebirthing themselves, that you can subconsciously go away from things being even, being polite. I said polite. Being even, being secure. Y'all can run away from things being even peeled, because you're always waiting for something to happen that's going to change it and spark it up. So even if things are perfect and peaceful, y'all could subconsciously do something to spark up something. Spark up a passion, spark up a darkness, spark up a transformation, spark up something that'll make it chaotic in a sense. Y'all could be low-key used to it so much that y'all kind of do that on purpose to get things sparked up. That's working in a negative. But if you're working in a positive, y'all could take all your experiences, take all the things that happened to you in the past, and actually transform yourself and show people what it's like to transform yourself and to go through things that happens in a traumatic way. Low key, y'all could experience going through people that are dying, people that are close to you dying. So that can make y'all, like I said, really fascinated and really obsessive about the death and rebirth process. So now everything in the 8th house is not always negative. It is death, but it also is rebirth. It also is transformation. It's also the phoenix rising energy. So always focus on how to better yourself. And I'm telling y'all, focus on bettering yourself in an obsessive manner. Y'all focus on the shadow side of yourself in an obsessive manner. When y'all researching something, when you're looking at something about yourself, y'all dig deep and really want to get to the core of it. Y'all don't sleep until you get the answer. So focus on the transformation process. Focus on the changing yourself and becoming better from your shadows, from the darkness, from your demon side. Like, focus on the transformation process of yourself rather than focusing on the events that happen to you, rather than focusing on that victim mentality, rather than focusing on dwelling in the darkness. And you will see how powerful you are, how you get your control back in relationships and intimacy. If you get that partner, y'all can have a really strong bond, a really strong intimate bond. Y'all could gain a lot of resources together. Remember, 8th house is other partners' resources. You could get a partner that y'all can have like a tremendous amount of power and control when it comes to resources and intimacy. You can actually feel vulnerable and able to share your secrets with your partner. Because a lot of times y'all really don't like sharing secrets with your partner. Y'all really don't like sharing your true nature with your partner, because you're afraid that Once I actually show them this, my power is gone, and they could really control me or whatever. Like I said, it's all about the power struggles and the control dynamic. You could have a lot of fights and bickering about money and finances with your partners. All this is understanding that I have this placement. I need to know how to use it to better myself. You can manifest whatever you want with this placement if you use that energy. Scorpio energy is like the strongest, has a really strong willpower. The willpower is the laser eye focus on whatever they want. So if you have this much energy in your chart, focus and transition it into something that you want to desire in this lifetime, rather than focusing on this happened to me, this person left me, I got abandoned, so now I don't want to do nothing with nobody, or now I got abandoned, so now I'm just going to do this. I'm about to manipulate people now. I'm about to finesse people now. I'm about to be good at this because, I know what it's like to be manipulated. It's all about using the energy to your benefit to help yourself transform, become better. And in the process, you will see how much you'll be transforming other people around you. And in your intimate relationships, your intimate couple, your intimate energy, your intimate relationships, you will gain a lot of power and control if you actually understand and take the time to heal yourself from your traumatic past, from your sexual trauma, from your intimacy trauma, from your manipulative trauma that you've been through, most likely, your control issues trauma. If you actually heal yourself from these things, you will gain control and power in this area in life. So keep that in mind. So that's my video on Pluto in the 8th house. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My next video is going to be on Pluto in the 9th house, and you already know I'm about to go in. If you have subscribed to my channel, appreciate all y'all for real, you already know. But if you still haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, hit another one time for your boy. Don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and be safe out here. It's your boy, Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie. I'm going to see all y'all when I see y'all.